I'm not a bad person. I'm not an evil person.
31-year-old Dioba Redden pleads for leniency before a judge sentences him for this. An attack on District Court Judge Mary Kay Holthus as she sentenced him in January on a charge of attempted battery. Redden running up and jumping over Holthus's bench.
I'm not making excuses for my actions. I'm saying I'm not a bad person. And I know that I did not intend to kill Mary Kay Holthus. I know I cared about her well-being.
Holthus and a courtroom marshal both injured in the attack, leading prosecutors to charge Redden with attempted murder. During trial in September, Redden agreed to plead guilty, with the stipulation he's mentally ill.
I saw nothing but red, and I don't remember doing anything.
Yeah, you fucked around and found out. See, this is what happens when you play crazy. All right, well, we're going to give you 26 years. Dude, homie was sentenced. When y'all seen me this, I said I got to immediately have a conversation and bring homie back to the front of the congregation because he was already up there because he couldn't get right, couldn't do right. He's speaking coherently to me. He's pleading his case to me. Looks like to me that he can do the time because you wanted to do the crime. And so you was going to go up there if it wasn't any kind of authorities, if it wasn't people that prevented you, if it wasn't people that was going to hold you down, then you was going to be the one that absolutely, positively, probably would have choked that woman out. I mean, that's just the facts. And so what they did was, and what they usually do, is that they throw the book at you. They give you every single charge. They hit you with the ooh-wop shebang, and they give you the hardest charges, and then you want to plead, you're going to have to plead guilty because otherwise you're going to be facing life in prison. So now, because you wasn't supposed to be in court in the first place, and now you in court for something that you shouldn't have been involved in, you was already in sentencing, you decide that you wanted to jump up there and play hard, and this is what people get. And see, this is why I'm okay with being a lame. I'm okay with being a nerd. I'm okay with being a lame. I'm okay with anything that you can say to me. Because all of this tough talk is just going to get you decades. You only get one life. People is out here having conversations on the internet acting like we can respawn or we can get a redo or something like that. Or you get a second life. Like you can cut the game off and you can start back over. And so now, you with your dreads and your beard and all of that, I'd love to know what the background is so I can do a deeper dive. You're not crazy. You knew exactly what you was doing the whole time. Actually, you might be crazy.
Except for jumping on top of her and doing this to her robe. I was like, why are you doing this to me? That's what I wanted to ask her if I think I know myself, but I'm not really sure.
He made a conscious decision to kill me and made every effort to succeed. If he had his way, he'd be facing a sentence of life without the possibility of parole for murder.
Prosecutors reading a statement from Holthus during Tuesday's sentencing, Redden crying as his attorney explained his client's years-long battle with schizophrenia.
This is a person that can and would be able to do it given the appropriate help from a psychologist and mental health counselor.
As she handed down her 26 to 65-year sentence, the judge in this case saying this attack was one on all judges.
It was not just retaliation.
Do that look like he was actually going to grab her robe and say, hey, why are you doing this to me? Because see, if you was going to ask the question, why are you doing this to me? You could have asked it at any point. That, to me, did not look like a person that was going to grab somebody's robe and ask them, why are you doing this to me? That don't look like that to me. That looked like a person that is leaping at you and lunging at you, and if they'd have had a weapon in their hands, then they absolutely would have took you out. 100%. 100%. And so she not playing around. She not messing around, and you got to pay the piper, big dog.
For an attack on Judge Holthus, it was also an attack on the judiciary.
With credit for time served, Redden will be eligible for parole in the 2050s. He'd be in his mid-50s by then. I'm David Charnes, 8 News Now.
That's insane, bro. You're going to be in your 50s. It has never been a better time to be a lame. I don't call us a lame. I don't consider us a lame, but I know that it's tough guys that did their time and did their prison sentences. They the ones that then say that we lames because we ain't never been to jail. We ain't never been to prison. We ain't never caught no felonies. We can go and apply for a job or go into a corporate setting and we don't have no problems whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying that it's not people that done turned their life around. I know plenty of them. I know some guys that's millionaires that got felonies on their record. They did their time. They changed their life around. They, repented for whatever it is that they did, and they better for society as a result of it. They started their own businesses and stuff like that in order to get it. But my point is that wouldn't you like options? I like my freedom. I like being able to come and go as I please. I like being able to get in my truck when I want. I like being able to go to the refrigerator when I want, even though that may not be the best option. I like that. I like the freedom and the option to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I don't want nobody on the top bunk on a metal bunk bed. I don't want to be sleeping in no pod with a bunch of men. I don't want to not be able to see women unless I see them on TV, or I sneak some iPhone in there for me to be able to use a cell phone. I don't want to be talking to nobody on no video calls. I ain't trying to be standing there with a bunch of people around me preventing me from being able to leverage my freedom. Then you know what they're going to say? Oh, this is excessive. Oh, this. But see, here's the problem is that when you assault somebody of the court, when you assault, they used to have Western movies when they would say an assault on this is an assault on the king itself, or an assault on this officer is an assault on the town itself. And they would have deeper consequences when you do certain things. They'll hang you. They will straight up, they will take you and execute you. They did not play no games. But now everybody think that they can do what they want to do. You gonna leap at the judge, you gonna go ahead and do what you want to do? Okay. Well, guess what? Now you gotta pay the consequences as a result of it. And nobody wants to pay the consequences. Everybody just want to plead their case. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Me personally, and people say that I'm too harsh, and this is why you got to have your sons and the people that's younger than you. They have to fail in a controlled environment, and the reason that they got to fail in a controlled environment is because you don't want this to happen to you when you get older. I was talking to my daughter earlier today, and I was helping her to understand the importance of being able to go through it and endure through it when you're younger today, and to learn the lessons now, because at some point you're going to become an adult and the world ain't playing with you. The world ain't playing. The judicial system is not playing with you. It's already, set up for you to be able to do this hard labor and to be able to make them license plates. They not playing with you. You think that you're going to be taking advantage of taxpayer dollars and getting 3 hots in a cot and be in this warm weather and that's going to be cool? Nope. Nope. They not messing around. So I'm not tripping about it. I remember this story. And now it reminded me of it because now he's getting sentenced. I wonder what took him so long to get sentenced, though. That's my one thing that I'm asking. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think. Do you think that the sentence was too harsh? Or do you think it was just right? Or do you think that it should have been even worse? And do you think that he should have been charged with attempted murder, considering that he lunged at the judge of the court and they sustained injuries and then they took it as a threat on their life? We just seen a dude get choked out on a train for less. We just seen a dude get choked out on a train for less. Now, a lot of people is debating that. Even myself, I was trying to figure out, is there a middle road? And was it too excessive to have him in a chokehold for this long? So think about that when you type in the chat and you try to say, Anton, this is too harsh, or Anton, I don't know about that, or you try to insert race into it. Think about that for a minute. All of y'all was sitting here justifying, which I'm not in disagreement with, because the justice system, he was judged by a jury of his peers and he was acquitted. Everybody told me that him making threats was enough for him to be addressed. Y'all let me know if this sentence was too harsh. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see y'all later.